Kashif, a 12-year-old boy, was extremely mischievous. He often got scolded by his parents and grandmother for his antics. His sister, Alize, 1 year older, was more mature. Kashif's aunt had come to visit their home from another city with her children, Shan and Faiza, who were the same age as Kashif and Alize. One day, the children requested their grandmother to tell them a story. She agreed. During the storytelling, Shan said, "Grandmother, please don't tell a ghost story. I get really scared of ghost stories." Hearing this, Kashif's ears perked up, and a mischievous smile appeared on his lips, his eyes twinkling with a naughty idea. Alize gave him a knowing look. After the story, Alize said to Kashif, "It seems like you're planning to scare Shan by pretending to be a ghost." Kashif put a finger to his lips and said, "Shh, keep quiet. It'll be so much fun. When he falls asleep tonight, I'll dress up as a ghost and scare him. You'll see his reaction." Night fell, and Kashif and Shan went to sleep in a separate room. Once Shan was sound asleep, Kashif got up quietly, stepped out of the room, and disguised himself as a ghost. Slowly, he tiptoed back to the room where Shan was sleeping. The dim light in the room revealed Shan under the blanket, sleeping soundly. As Kashif approached to pull the blanket off and scare him, he suddenly felt a hand on his shoulder. When he turned around, his heart sank in fear. Alize and Faiza were awake in their grandmother's room. Alize, knowing Kashif's plan, was alert. Moments later, Kashif's loud scream echoed through the house, waking Faiza. She smiled, which surprised Alize. "Why are you smiling?" Alize asked. Faiza whispered something in her ear, and both began to giggle. Hearing Kashif's scream, they burst into laughter and decided to check on him. When they entered Kashif's room, they found him trembling with fear, staring at something in terror. The light switched on, revealing a black figure falling out of the window. They saw Kashif shivering in fright and started laughing again. Kashif yelled, "I'm scared to death and you two are laughing?" Faiza approached him and said, "Relax, it wasn't a ghost. It was Shan." "What? Shan?" Kashif exclaimed in disbelief. Alize explained, "Yes, Faiza overheard your plan and told Shan. Before you could scare him, they decided Shan would scare you instead." "But Shan was sleeping," Kashif argued. "No, those were just pillows arranged under the blanket to look like someone sleeping. Look." Faiza lifted the blanket, only to scream when she saw Shan actually sleeping soundly underneath it. Hearing the scream, their grandmother woke up, muttering, "What's going on?" That sounded like Kashif's room. Something's wrong. She grabbed her prayer beads and headed to the room. Alize, now frightened, asked, "If Shan is sleeping here, then who was the ghost?" By now, Shan had woken up, rubbing his eyes, and asked, "Why is Kashif dressed like a ghost?" Faiza replied, "You sleep so deeply, Shan, that even this chaos didn't wake you." Shan said, "I thought all the noise was part of my dream." Kashif finally realized that the figure he saw was an actual ghost. The rest of the family, awakened by the commotion, gathered in the room and were told the whole story. Kashif's father sternly said, "Well, son, will you keep playing pranks now? That ghost came to teach you a lesson for your mischief, but luckily Alize and Faiza saved you." Kashif, placing his hands on his ears, promised, "I swear I'll never play another prank again." His grandmother said, "You never listened to us, but you obeyed the ghost right away." Suddenly Shan screamed, "Ghost!" "Where?" Kashif asked, trembling in fear. Seeing him shiver, Shan burst out laughing. To this day, no one knows whether the disappearing figure was a real ghost or someone else entirely.